What's up, everybody? Coming back to you again to show you how to use your Grandmaster controller with the new Tarantula Revolution 800 Ultra. And this fixture is a little bit different in that the network cable connection isn't built into the driver. It's got a connection that it connects to the driver. This is actually supposed to be, don't do what I did and just leave it loose. Stick this, use a sticky tape and stick it to the outside frame like it says. You don't want to leave it on the driver. That's going to keep it a hot connection, which you don't really need. But I'm just doing this to demonstrate how to hook it up physically. So from that connection, that RJ12 or 14 connection, I'm going to use number 1 off the splitter. I'm going to go to the splitter box, channel 1. And then from the back of that splitter box, you got RJ45 going to your Grandmaster controller. The first thing I always do is take a look at your manual, because you need to know how many watts on your driver. So on this first page it tells you right here. I'm using 120 volt, so 120 volts. I'm going to be using 820 watts at its maximum. So you close that and you can go into your controller now. 320 watts. Let me get closer. If you long press on that, it pulls up the power. I've already got it set up, but you'd want to set your channel 2, 3, and 4 to 0 because we have nothing on those channels. We're only using channel 1, which is 820 watts. We're doing this because that light is only a 1-channel light. If we have 3 other 1-channel lights, we could hook them up onto channel 2, channel 3, and channel 4 and control them all individually with this controller. Now, right now I have all 4 channels lit up. So I'm going to go into the system settings. Since I'm not going to use those other 3 channels right now, you can turn them back on later, but I'm going to turn off those 3 channels that I'm not using by just touching those, toggling them off over there, and then hitting the top right corner to say okay. And now this is your main dimmer. As you can see, the light getting bright in here. Keep that on 100%, and then my channel dimmer is at 74. So right now the light is at 74%. If I had it at 100, it would be at 100. If I would leave one of the 2 at 100%, I tend to make it easier on me is leave the channel 1 on 100% and then just use this to set the desired PPFD, and it'll stay wherever you put it, no matter what you set in your timer. Or you can, if you know what your desired percentage is, you could set that up to be, say, 75%, if that's what your target is, and then leave this at 100. What this is for is when you have more than 1 channel, it dims all the channels evenly. So if I had all 4 channels, all 4 lights on, and they're all set at different percentages in their channels, like 74, 100, 50, and 25, and this main dimmer was set at 100, they would all be running at those respective percentages. But if I hit this main dimmer up or down, like I'm doing, it would move all the channels, all 4 channels at the same time. So we don't have to worry about that. We're doing just 1 light. I would set it up just like we have it here. The thing you want to look for always is that button right there. See how it's white? If I have it red, everything turns off. That's a power button. So if you need to emergency turn it off, that's a quick way to do it. And then over here is your timer button. This is another common issue, that it looks black like that, and then people set their timer and it doesn't work. It's because your timer is set to off. Do that and make sure your timer is on. What we're going to do is set a customized timer, so make sure that's lit up and not that. Preset would be a different screen. I'm going to go to customize screen. So customize is lit up. Then you go to the timer set, and now you can see that I've got 1 command set up in here already for an on command. I'm going to delete it and make up my own settings. So you hit this little plus button here, and this is how you'd set up a timer. Say, for example, we want to start time at 9. So I'll put a 9 in the first button, first square. The second square, I'll keep it at 0, 0. And then for the brightness of that channel, you can just set it here. It's automatically set at 50, but we'll say I want to come on at 100%. And then say OK in the top right corner. So we have an on command, but we don't have an off command. So what we've got to do now is just put an off command in. So put another plus to add another command. Channel 1 all the way to 0%. That would be off. The other thing we have to change is the execution time. What time do we want it to go off, right? So if this were a say this was a flower schedule, we'd only want 12 hours. So 12 hours from 8 a.m., which was what we set it to come on at, would be 8 p.m. And this is in military time. So 8 p.m. would be 8 plus 12, 20. 20 o'clock, baby. So now in my timer, I have it set to turn on at 9 and turn off at 20. I went 9 to 20, not 8. So I did 8. That's not the... Let's change let's change, you can just click on the top one, and I'm going to change that 9 to an 8, because that wasn't 12 hours. Now it's going to be 12 hours. There, at 8 a.m., it's on at 100%. At 8 p.m., it's off. So there's a classic flower schedule. You can hit this checkbox in the top right corner, and you're all set and good to go. You can test your settings to see if your timer was set right. Like now my light is on. You can see all the light. And I know I have it set to shut off at 20 o'clock. So long press at the main time will just make the timer think it's close to time to shut off. So I'm going to change this hours to 20. No, to 19. So right before 20. Come on, 19. And then we'll just go all the way to 59. 1959. So now what we're going to do, you see the time's changed up there? What we're going to do is we can just wait for that 1 minute to kick off. Once it ticks off, this light should take the command and shut off. And then what we have to remember to do is go back in and change the main time back to the correct time. But you can manipulate this time to get it right before, like a minute before each trigger event, to test your programming to make sure it's right. Once you have it programmed all correct and everything, you're never going to have to mess with it again. So it's a little bit of a process of getting it programmed to begin with. But once you get it done, it's done in a simple process. What are we at? 44 seconds. So here we're pretty close. In about 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds, she should shut off. What we got? 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. So we know we did it right. We know we have it right, what we want. Now what I would do is I would just change this time back to the current time, and you're good to go. The only other thing would be is if you're testing this and you wanted, and I was going to say this was over some plants, and I wanted to make sure the light was on, like say it was in the window of the lights on time and I just shut them off. I would do the same thing. I would change the time to a minute before the lights on time, so that it would find that trigger, let it tick off that minute, it triggered, turn it on, and then go back into my main time and change it back to the regular time that it is, whatever the current time is. And that's it. That's the basic setup for it. If you wanted to do extras, you can also set up a sunrise and sunset. That's right here, this button. And that's as simple as toggling it on, which they're both on right now, and then just saying when the start time starts and for how long. So sunrise, that's going to be set as your on time, your regular on time, and your end time is going to be your regular off time. The rise up or rise down time is how long you want it to gradually increase or decrease. You can go up to a couple hours, I think. And that is it, guys. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. Keep growing, everybody.